The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly fishing.
Topping up, Dolly pictures dreaming real. Two crime scene blast feel so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly vision headlights, Kingdom Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Topping up, Dolly vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feel so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby and shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly vision headlights, Kingdom Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What up, YouTube? It is Dolly back in the car again tonight with a little update about what has been going on in our search that's taking place here in Tennessee. I want to take a second, make sure y'all leave your DNA on that like button just in case you go missing in these hills out here. Somebody got to come find your ass, right? And Dolly and PJ are those people. And if you're brand new here, make sure you sub up, ring the bell for notifications. So, over the last few days, we have been in the beautiful state of Tennessee searching for multiple people. One of those people is the young man, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Okay. He went missing allegedly February 26th, and it's going on 9 months. 15-year-old autistic child that just vanished from his home. Now, in this search, we had to, kind of throw away all the things that are distracting in this, and maybe a lot of the things that are misinformation, and go back to what the news was reporting on in the very beginning, that it sounded like Sebastian Rogers had ran away. Okay, there was multiple reports of, actually there was a couple sightings of Sebastian, and the police were actually searching the woods, and they were blasting Eye of the Tiger into the woods. Does anybody remember that? Because they believed that a woman had seen Sebastian run into the woods. Also, there was a police report that came in of a young man dressed in all black, believe it or not, with a damn bag on his head. So, we've been in the woods for the last few days searching, kicking around rocks, looking everywhere we can, droning, things like that. So, I don't want to give exact locations, but what we did discover, we turned over to the TBI for them to investigate. So I'll give you a rundown of what I stumbled across. Okay. Now, I didn't stumble across no bones, I didn't stumble across a body, but I did stumble across somewhere it appeared that some teenagers were staying in the woods. And it looked like they had been there for a minute. I'm talking about shoes, clothing, blankets, pillows, different things that look like an individual had been living in the woods. All right. So some of this stuff we documented, took pictures of, like I said, and then of course we reached out to TBI. Usually, when you come across one of these homeless encampments like this, which is usually like you'll see beer cans and all these different things scattered around the area, this one was a little bit different. Actually, it was a lot different for the simple fact that there was clothing there, and this clothing looked like the size of a teenage boy. Okay, it wasn't girl clothing; it was male clothing, t-shirts, multiple t-shirts, and it looked pretty fresh too because one of the t-shirts that were there was actually hanging in a tree, and it was a Halloween t-shirt. It was a black t-shirt with small orange pumpkins on it, right? So, yeah, it basically looked like a teenager had been back there. Also in the area was food containers, Monster energy drinks,
Jelly
okay,
bean packets,
chili bean
jelly
packets,
beans,
jelly
candy.
beans, candy. There was candy packages. It looked like definitely a small, younger person was staying in these woods. Now, this is approximately, I would say, I'm just going to give you a range, 7 to 10 miles from Sebastian's home. Now, do we know for sure that it is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers that was at this location? No, there's no way. We didn't see a child. It wasn't nobody there when we got there, but it had looked like whoever was going there and back, it looked pretty recent. So we left the woods, okay, left everything in place of basically exactly where it was, got in the vehicle, we called the TBI. They said that they were going to pass it on, have somebody out there to look over everything and see if it leads to anything. So we've been on the grind for since what, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
We went down to Georgia. We did the Leilani Simon trial. Right after the Leilani Simon trial, we moved our way to Hendersonville, and then from Hendersonville to Kingsport, Tennessee, which we just recently left Kingsport. We got a ton of video footage for you guys. Okay. I cannot get this video footage to load into my laptop because my laptop don't handle 4K. The drone shoots in 4K, and our GoPros shoot in 4K. So they won't load up here. But soon as I get back to the studio in good old VA, which we are on our way back, I will upload these videos. Now, hopefully, something comes out of this because I believe definitely there are some teenagers staying in these woods. Why, I have no clue. Is it homeless teenagers? Whoever it is small in size. And the shoes, I believe, now I don't know what size shoes Sebastian wore, but I believe that the boots were 11s, weren't
Mm-hmm.
they? They were 11.
11s.
The boots were 11s. Okay, I seen people asking what size were the boots, Dolly? The boots were size 11. But I found it odd that there was shoes out there was pants out there was t-shirts out there. It looked like they were hanging stuff in the trees to dry off. And I was like, okay, somebody's definitely staying here. There was blankets out there. And this is in the woods a good little ways. So basically what we found is a homeless encampment that looked like, well, I wouldn't even say a homeless encampment, just an encampment that looked like a teenager was staying there. Okay, it looked straight like if you walked into a teenager's messy ass room, that's basically what it looked like. And I was like, okay, there's something to this. There ain't no 40 bottles, there ain't no drug paraphernalia, there ain't no baggies. It
There's
wasn't
just a lot of soda.
a lot of sodas. I even
Yep.
chocolate milk bottles out there. It looked like somebody was snacking on candies and takeout food. Um,
And Stephanie says, you don't think it's just a bunch of teenagers hanging out? It could be.
it could be. It could exactly be that, right? It could be anything. But I figured it was worth reporting to the TBI because within 10 miles of that home there is a place where it looks like a teenage kid is staying in the woods. Now I don't know if they seen this when they were searching. So we had to go back to the very beginning and start looking at what they said happened. Okay, and basically, I don't know if sometimes Katie misspeaks. Okay, but she said something on the lines of he woke up that morning, he was happy and laughing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got
I
I
have
don't
the article pulled up.
okay.
I don't.
Ain't it a video clip where she says it?
Yeah, I have that too. I
But she
completely.
says, remember, now Sebastian was supposed to went missing that night, okay, or into that early morning. But let me give my warnings before we start getting into these theories and what could be going on. Dolly Visions for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy. So don't take nothing here as fact. This is just our opinion, right? So, and everyone that we're speaking on tonight is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. But I'm starting to think there's more to this boy running away than people are believing. Like, I think a lot of people are forgetting the very beginning of this case. And the woman that said she seen him in the woods and didn't know he was missing. He was wearing a black outfit, no shoes.
Well, the original poster states that he was last seen in the vicinity of, and then the area where his home is. It didn't say
That he was last seen at
at
his home.
home.
Yeah.
And then they were focused on that wood line, which they went to start playing the music and took the drone through the woods,
Yeah,
thinking they're
because
gonna.
because in the very beginning there was a woman that said she seen a kid, and then that kid had went off into the woods,
And then
and he
also
was
they
dressed
say
in
he
black.
was last seen the 26th, which is the following morning, not the night before. Like he wasn't seen in the middle of the night. He wasn't seen the night before. He was
Yeah.
last seen the following morning.
Yes. And so we were out there showing. I actually bumped into some homeless ass people out there, and I was showing them the picture of Sebastian Rogers, and
Did we
I
leave that picture there? I think we left that with them. I wanted to put some up when we got back to the house. We had made
So I
flyers.
was asking around, had anybody seen this kid? Mostly everybody said no. Okay, no, they hadn't seen him. No, they hadn't seen the homeless people that we spoke with. But there was one homeless individual that said the kid looked familiar, but he couldn't be sure. Right? But he didn't say yes. He didn't give us a confirmation of, yeah, I've seen that kid. All he said was the kid looked familiar. I'm not for sure. And I was thinking, well, he maybe this homeless guy have seen the TV or the news or something like that, and possibly have seen a sign or something. But the majority of homeless people that we spoke with down there in Hendersonville, or that looked homeless, said no,
Thank you,
they had not
sandwiches.
seen little Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. But hopefully, if he is staying in this area, right, and he has a little camp set up. Now, listen, when they first started talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, they talked about him like he was super, super slow.
I thought he was possibly nonverbal.
Yeah, that's how they kind of made it sound in the beginning. But then you start hearing other people talk about him, like Seth and things like that. Seth said he was on the chess team, and basically he would watch himself when Katie and Chris wasn't home. He would watch himself while Seth was at work, what, 12 to 14 hours a day.
Hmm.
So this young man can take care of himself. There's no doubt in my mind that he can. And what we don't know, like, did he have access to other clothes, right? Because like I said, there was blankets out there. You could tell somebody was sleeping. They had a sleeping area. They had somewhere they were sitting. They had shoes. They had a little, even some shorts were out there, right? So hopefully something comes out of this. I can't make any promises. I don't know. But all I did was, once we seen it, we videotaped it, we turned it over to TBI,
And
and
remember when Seth said how the homeless would help each other and look out for each other?
yes.
I mean, that's just strange that
But
all
we
these
didn't really find
coincidences.
no adult stuff there.
I
It
know.
didn't look adultish at all. Like candy wrappers, and what adults sitting around eating Jelly Bellies? You know what I'm saying? I don't see a bunch of kids
That's
eating
true.
like adults doing those things. And they told us they were going to have somebody look into it. We gave them the exact location, how far it was into the woods, where we went into the woods at, and they just told us that they would investigate it. They would get it over to their lead investigator and have somebody get out there and check it out. Now, far as the things out there, we left those things exactly in place. That's what they told us to do. They said whatever's out there, leave it exactly where it is. Don't move it.
I tried to get us to be able to stay longer, but it's like we would have been sitting there for hours, I feel like.
Yeah, and this was on our very last day there, and then of course we headed to Kingsport, Tennessee, and we've been out there in the damn woods in Kingsport today, And we actually got to bump into what is the YouTuber that was out there?
Ryan Finds Truth.
Ryan Finds Truth. It
I'm
was
not
a
sure. Is that his
it was a pleasure meeting some of those guys out there. So yeah, there was other YouTubers out there in the hollers. You'd be surprised at how many damn YouTubers are in the holler. Okay, I was
Wait,
kind of
don't say
surprised.
YouTuber online. There probably is a holler.
Yeah, if you don't, if you're missing a YouTuber, go check the holler. They apparently they just hang out in the holler. But yeah, they rolled up to me. I was out there droning. We got some really good footage of the area of Summer Wells, and there's some shockers that we found out there too, out in them hollers. We ain't gonna get into that because this video is about little
Can we
Sebastian
talk
right
about
now.
the dog? I'm still mad about that.
No, we're gonna save that. Don't
Okay.
don't don't spoil the shh. You can't let PJ know nothing, right? You can't tell. She says it's me that got to allow me. She want to tell it all before. I got a video. What good's the video going to do if we tell everybody? But anyway, I got some super good drone footage of everything, and we got a lot. We got a lot of footage, and that footage will be uploaded when we get home. Well, we're gonna go to sleep when we get home probably, but that footage will be uploaded for you guys to check out. And like I said, I'm leaning towards. Did you find the part where Katie said,
I did, but you were talking.
okay, can you play it?
It's a 4-minute little clip.
Okay,
So,
we'll play it. They can hear it.
okay.
She says, though, he got up that morning, was laughing and joking, and she don't know why he went out that door. I thought, how did she?
Tonight, the parents of a
All right,
missing
listen.
teen in Sumner County described to us exclusively how they feel on day 8 of their son's disappearance. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marius Pate.
And I'm Lauren Lowry. Sebastian Rogers is 15.
Give me a thumbs up
He
if
was
y'all can
last
hear
seen
that.
by his parents on February 25th in Hendersonville. Sebastian has autism, and he's gone without his medication this whole time. And since then, authorities have searched by air, by foot, and on horseback.
Helicopters, drones, and dive teams have also been brought in to try to find him. Today, his parents spoke exclusively to our Holly Thompson.
She's live tonight in Sumner County. Holly, I imagine it was quite an emotional interview.
Certainly was. It is hard for any of us to imagine the emotions that this family is going through right now. But we know one thing is certain. They remain positive. They are holding on to hope that their son Sebastian will return home safely. Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now? I just want my baby to be okay. I don't know where he's at. Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview, but says her hope is strong that her son Sebastian will be found safe and return home.
He's gonna walk through that door, and the street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th. Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you." Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
Here, why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave. We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I haven't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
That morning.
It's as if Sebastian.
Okay, here. She said that morning he was laughing and joking. She don't know why he walked out that door.
While she was shaking her head no.
Why she's shaking her head no. How does that make any sense? That morning he was laughing and joking, and she don't know why he walked out that door. I believe they know more that this boy walked out the door that morning, not that night. That morning she got him up. He was laughing and joking, and he walked out that door. I mean, y'all.
Well, that's exactly what she said. First, she actually said when I woke him up, he wasn't there.
Yeah,
Remember that?
he was laughing and joking.
That
I
was in
don't
the
know why he
Olivia
walked the door.
interview.
And look, and if we remember correctly, in the beginning, Chris and Seth were out searching homeless encampments. Okay,
Together.
together. Do they know more than they are saying? Okay, is this boy? I know everybody thinks there's this crazy foul play going on, right? It's still suspicious, right? There's still some things that are suspicious.
He's not telling us everything.
Or they just leaving things out and not telling us everything. There's a reason why Chris and Seth went first and started searching homeless encampments. Okay, because maybe they thought he went somewhere to stay because he didn't run away. He walked out the damn front door. All right, Katie seen him. She talked to him that morning, and that, unless she's misspeaking, makes me wonder if she let him. Okay, thank you right there, Christina.
Thank you,
Makes me
Christina.
wonder if she left him home by himself that day and he left while she was gone.
It's
It
possible.
sounds like she was there and she don't know why he left, but he did leave. And it would make more sense that he left in the morning
Beautiful
because
Sunflower said she means Sunday morning that he was laughing and not Monday. She said that morning.
she said that morning,
So I don't
right? She
agree,
said that morning
respectfully.
he was laughing and joking, and I don't know why he walked out that door. It makes more sense that he left during the day because most kids ain't scared to leave during the day, right? Most kids would be scared to leave in the darkness or black. How could you see to go anywhere? Even you know how pitch black the woods are, even in the evening time, and it's getting dark. You know, it gets dark early in February. Okay, by 4 o'clock, it's dark, right? 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's pretty dark outside, and so, and of course, everybody that told us, we've been hearing this. Everybody went crazy over that Texas Roadhouse video. If you've seen that, right? I brought up that, hey, I spoke with the waitresses there. They said that Katie and Sebastian were there by themselves. And y'all seen the video. I ain't going to go break down the whole video. But then there's other, I guess people don't believe what Dolly says. There's other people out there offering rewards for photos of inside the restaurant. Like, how many times, let me tell you this, we go to Texas Roadhouse all the time. How many times do you see people taking pictures in Texas Roadhouse?
We take a selfie sometimes, but
We
that's
do.
about
Yeah, I
it.
guess. I guess we do take a
But
selfie
there,
every now
I
and
make
then.
sure not to put people in my
Sometimes there's
selfies.
birthdays. Sometimes there's
Yeah.
birthdays and people may snap pictures of their group. But usually people ain't taking pictures of other people in the restaurant. Okay. But apparently they want this stuff sent to them. And what I suggest is this: if you have any information, right, don't give it to me. Don't give it to other YouTubers. Call 1-800 TBI Fine. That's what I did. Okay. They pick right up. Boop, right when you call them. It ain't an automated answer machine. It is a person on the other end of the line as soon as they answer it. And let them know what you're seeing. If they think it's credible, they will send somebody out there to check it out. Now, I told them I've been involved in a lot of searches and that I have been down there looking for this kid for days and that this encampment appeared to be different. There was items here that would fit a 15-year-old kid, and it didn't look like adults were staying there, that it was Monster energy drinks, milk, candy wrappers, and things like this. There was a place to sleep, there's clothing, there's shoes, and it's in the general area that he could easily make it to from his house. Okay. So TBI, if it's credible, they will check it out as long as they don't think you're a crackpot, you know. Um, but hopefully this boy is out there somewhere. And if this thing looks like it was fresh, okay? So this don't look like somebody was here there months ago because we're only in November. There was damn Halloween shirts there,
Yeah.
right? And we know Halloween just passed. And it was tied to a tree. It was hanging on a tree
Like a flag or
like a
something.
flag, or it was placed there to dry, maybe. But definitely signs of somebody being in those woods. To me, it appeared that either it's a spot for teenagers that are going back there and hanging out, but why would they have a bed and a blanket on the ground?
Mhm.
You know, a place to sleep. So somebody's been sleeping back there in the woods, and it didn't look like.
Oh, he's gonna put the video up when we get back
Yeah,
home.
I'm gonna put videos up, all the stuff is shot, our search footage and stuff when I get back. I gotta upload that into my computer and things like that. But basically, all we found is a place that looked like somebody was staying in the woods.
No, it was a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, short sleeve shirt. It wasn't long sleeve, and it was nothing with like Minecraft or what else they say he was wearing.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. It was none of that. Okay, I didn't see no Star Wars. I didn't see no Minecraft. I did see some shorts, some pants, uh, a shirt. Like I said, the one shirt that stood out to me was the Halloween shirt because it was hanging in a tree, right? Hanging, not like it was just like it was hanging there, like somebody put it there. And I noticed that it was hollow. It was a shirt with pumpkins on it. And I was thinking, okay, well, we're not far
I thought
past.
that was Jack Skellington, like the Halloween character. For some reason, I thought it was one of them characters.
No, it had small pumpkins all over the shirt.
Maybe I.
It's definitely a Halloween shirt. Okay, so
Sure.
that gave me the concept that hey, this is in a tree and it's been hanging there, so it looks like somebody placed it there. Now, if it had been there a long time, it would have been on the ground. You see what I'm saying? Because the way it was just popped over a branch. So I believe that this site was a fresh location and somebody had been at this location not too long ago. Okay. And then like the shit wasn't faded. You know what I'm saying? The candy wrappers looked fresh. It looked like a lot of things that was new that, especially there was a takeout tray there. Like takeout food, like a styrofoam tray you eat out of. And you can see there was a place to sit, but there was only a place for one.
Yeah.
So
One place, yeah.
yeah, so it looked like maybe one person was staying out there. Now I don't know if there's some other kid runaway or there's a small sized grown man that's staying in the woods that likes candy, but this looked like to me what possibly could have been a young person staying in the woods. That's why I reported it.
Caterbug said, Dolly, we had 40-mile-an-hour gust of wind the past week before you guys got there. It is definitely fresh if it was hanging in a tree.
It was hanging in the tree.
It was hanging.
Yeah, it was hanging like somebody hung it up in the tree. And so that's basically, we didn't see him. We didn't, I wish we would have because we wouldn't be in the situation. We wouldn't still be looking, right? But I encourage you guys to continue to share his pictures. I noticed there's a lot of people still attacking people out here on the internet, right? And because people are saying call, the authorities and call 1-800-TBI. And I guess some people don't want you calling TBI or the Sumner County Police. Now, listen, we reached out to authorities. That was my first instinct. Hey, let's reach out to the authorities, let them know what we find. Now, I know there's a bounty hunter and a reward, and I know there was a young man that is a child advocate out here on the YouTube streets. He's been searching for Summer. He was one of the early people down there in Hendersonville when Sebastian Rogers first went missing. And
the bright clothes in the tree probably for them to find their way back easier. It was a black shirt.
It was a black shirt with pumpkins
a
on it.
pumpkin on it.
Yeah, it was a black shirt with pumpkins all over it. So, to see, like I said, the young man, his name is Trev Lee. Trev Lee was one of the people that was down there when I first got to Hendersonville. He was chilling with Seth and he was helping alongside of the Raging Cajuns. He also was involved in the Summer Wells search, also involved in the Layla Santinello case. And we also did a little bit of searching for her today. Okay, went by some of the locations she was last seen, trying to check around for her. We were out on Ben Hill Road, all through Hendersonville, but y'all get a little bit more of that. So we had some crazy ass lady that claims she's media and a child advocate attacking this young man, saying that he's lost all credibility.
She should be ashamed of herself.
She should be absolutely. Look, the only person that's lost credibility on these internet streets is, I can't even say she lost it. She never had it. She's probably one of the most hated people. More clip channels and more people hate on this lady. And they got good reasons because of the things she says and does. And like, it is just wild. So basically, the young man said, "Hey, look, if you get a tip, pass that on to authorities. Don't be selling pictures of what's going on in the roadhouse. Actually, give it to TBI, Sumner County Police, which is probably the best thing to do. Now, listen, if you want to get involved, if you want to, I ain't saying not to. I believe whatever helps the child bring the child home. Because to me, it's not a contest. I don't care who finds the child, as long as somebody finds the child. And if they want to pay for pictures that, basically are going to show them what I've been saying, then more power to it. If you got a picture, sell it to them, make you some money, right? Get that bread, right? Get that bread. But why would the waitresses lie to me? It wasn't my first encounter with these waitresses,
Yeah,
right?
you went there and had dinner the first time you
Yeah,
were in
when he first went
Hendersonville.
missing, I was down there in the same restaurant, right? So, I guess it's just this like, let's debunk Dolly, but there's no need to debunk me, right? It's like we should all be working together out here to bring, like I said the other night, we're all on the same team,
We're a
right?
commentary channel. It's all basically we get together and brainstorm and talk about what we know and what we're seeing and what we've witnessed. And, I mean, none of us are God. We don't know anything 100 million%, any of us, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a
Well,
battlefront.
yeah, it ain't a
No,
battlefront, and to see this woman attacking this young man over his opinion, I guess,
just him saying that he wanted everyone to call the authorities if
and
they found something.
it always stems to her being jealous of who JLR is banging. I don't know what that's a lady. Come on now, nobody gives a damn about who JLR is banging. All right, that has nothing to do. That shows you how unprofessional this lady is. Okay, it's all a jealous kick of trying to throw jabs at people and who they're sleeping with. It's about a missing kid, right? And then, for somebody to put, more drama when you the one bringing the fucking drama,
Yeah.
right? Stop, right? Put your titties up, put a bra on, dress like a normal human being, okay? Put some decent fucking clothes on before you go live, right? Do you look in the fucking mirror ever, right?
For a while, I thought she only owned that one foul play shirt with Dolly Vision right there, like a free
Like,
advertisement on her
stop,
boobie.
stop, right? Like, it is horrible what you're doing. It is absolutely horrible to see stuff like this. We out here boots on the ground, we out here searching and looking, but we're still, looking, sleuthing for clues too. If there's any news on the internet, we're checking it out. And then, like, it's just drama, like,
She used to be one of the main people that was actually out on the ground, at least acting like
yeah,
she was
yeah.
searching. I haven't seen her actually on the ground anywhere searching
I can tell you
anything.
that the lady that was down there with me in Georgia never acted like what we're seeing now. Never acted like that. She was grinding with me out there, searching with me out there. I don't know if she's just putting on a show because I was there, but what's going on now? Was no, because she was on some fuck shit then
Yeah, I
too.
know.
She was
I
with
was gonna say
Cher,
I saw that
right? She was
then
they
too.
were they were double playing Billy Joe and shit, right? So she's always okay. I take it back. She's always been on some fuck shit, right? So, but the only person that can lose credibility, and
But
she ain't got no credibility.
y'all went in them woods and freaking almost got eaten alive by snakes and shit like that. I mean, you went looking.
It was real. It was
You
real
went
then, but
looking for stuff.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying. Like,
see her looking no more. What
yeah,
happened?
it's more about the drama element of it, and like, clear Seth Rogers. Look, Seth Rogers. Nobody's accusing Seth Rogers to clear him for one,
Mm-mm.
right? It should be about this
None of us
child,
ever said that Seth had anything to do with
right? It
anything. He was
should
at
be,
work.
yeah, he was at work. It should be about this child. It shouldn't be about what Trev Lee said. When did that shit become news? Okay, that this young man that searches for missing kids, you're gonna get out there and just shit on this young man just because he didn't push your
Trevor Lee had
narrative.
like a something made within the government. Like he had a not a law, but he had I don't remember. I'm bad at telling stories. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was horrible to see today, and I every now and then I flip through, see it on some clip channels, and I'm like, this right here is ridiculous, and um, yeah, like, but that's their team, right? That's the team right there. That's the dream team. Not only that, but okay, you know how we've had our freedom of speech campaign going, right? Freedom of speech, just in case anybody ever comes after Dolly, because our mission is to help bring home these kids. But sometimes people don't like what you say and they try to either get you locked up
He
or they,
set up a legislation. That's what it is. Thank you, grannies.
yeah, and, or they try to sue you or anything like that. So what is that? We don't use GoFundMe. What's the
Gives and go.
Gives and Go, right? We had our account for our freedom of speech. They
Thank you, Christy.
they started spamming them saying that what we were doing was like fraud,
Yeah, they
right?
contacted the campaign.
They contacted the campaign. So the campaign contacted us. I guess they thought they were going to get our campaign shut down. I don't know who the culprit is out there that is doing some things like this, but all it did was make them contact us and say, hey, people are hitting us up, right? Which we look for missing fucking kids, okay?
Mhm.
You would think, who disagrees with looking for missing kids? Right? Who would want to prevent us from looking for missing kids?
It's like it's some kind of sick competition to these people. It's weird.
Right? So they didn't understand quite the freedom of the speech thing, right? So we've had to change up the wording a little bit to our campaign that says, "Hey, we look for missing kids. We, um, these donations will help us with our travel expenses, hotels, and any obstacles that try to hinder our way during these searches." So they that go. What is the name of the damn thing?
Give, send, go.
Gibson Go. Okay, I don't know why
Give.
that's so confusing to
It's
me.
like pretend it has commas. It's give, send, go.
Gibson Go, which is basically a GoFundMe. And, because we don't know what's going to happen out here, but we don't want to stop our mission. So that fund sits there to make sure our mission can take place. Okay. So, like I said, they contacted us. We explained to them everything. Okay. And what is going on and why we set it up and, the basis of all of it that we search for missing kids. And sometimes there's things that try to hinder that, and that's why we raise money for any obstacles that may get in our way while we're trying to search for little kids. So they understood that and they reinstated our ghost
Campaign.
our campaign. There you go. I can't even remember the name of the shit that saved my life, right? But they went ahead and put our shit back up and said, okay, you know what I'm
We just
saying?
worded it a little different.
We just
And I
worded it a
mean,
little bit different so that they can make clearly see what we're doing, that this money is for these expenses, gas, travel, and anything that would be an obstacle in our way, right? And I mean anything that could be an obstacle, right? And most of that is being saved for any obstacles that could come between what we do. Now, I want to thank everybody that has donated to that. And Pete, do we still have the link?
I've posted it a couple times.
Okay, well, guys, if you got a couple extra bucks and you want to chip into that campaign, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to. So if you're rubbing nickels together, don't worry about us.
We
We will
appreciate
survive.
anyone,
But
even just watching the video helps
yeah,
too.
if you just like the video, we're absolutely good with it. And thank you for everybody that has supported. And once this kid brought home, like I said to these people on the other side of the fence, that's Sebastian's army. I'm not at war with any of these people. I'm not mad at you guys. I don't have nothing personal against you. I wish you all the luck in the world in bringing Sebastian Rogers home, right? I would think they would be the same way. Let's get this kid home. But I don't know. I don't think everybody's the same. Everybody ain't like it. I don't know. I guess people have their own way of doing things, or they want to be the one to find them, or I mean, I don't know. I'm not in this for no reward. I don't want anybody's reward money. Um, I just want justice for these kids. And that's why you seen when we started this, we went down there to go see Leilani go to jail. That was the mission. Okay. But we figured since, hey, we're going to be down south anyway, we might as well turn this in to a search. And PJ used her vacation days for this. So,
Non-paid vacation days.
so
Started out bad, but it's great now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, now that everything's pretty much in the books, that we've done, and soon we will be, getting back home, which I miss everything at home, the dogs, everything. Um, so anyway, guys, don't give up, right? Like I said, for anybody we're all Team Sebastian, no matter what side of the fence you're on. Be professional in this. Like the things that were going on today was absolutely disgusting, right? There's no reason to attack a young man that's out here trying to help kids. I don't really even know Treveley. I don't, have I ever met him?
Mm-mm.
I don't
I
think
don't think so.
I think we've been in the same locations, but I've never met him, not personally. I have talked to him. Turtle Gang, thank you so much. Get on the train with us. Get on the train with us, right? And thank you for your support. All we ever ask is you hit the like on the video when you come in. There's almost 3,000 of you here. Now, listen, if you're in the Hendersonville area, keep your eyes open, right? And, because there are kids, apparently, somebody's staying in the damn woods, right? Somebody's staying in the woods around there. And hopefully it is Sebastian. If things are what Chris and Katie, if Chris and Katie are telling the truth, which I don't know, right? I ain't saying they are. I ain't saying they ain't. I'm just saying keep looking because somebody's out there. Team Caffeine, thanks for all you do, Dolly and PJ.
Heck yeah, caffeine. Woo!
Thank you so much.
I need that in my veins now.
And it must be cold. Treveley has laws passed and more. Yeah, listen, the young man's turned into a child advocate. He's been out there working. Like I said, he was out there. He wasn't 7, 8 months late to the dance, 6 months late. He was there when I got there. Okay. So, and, I've never seen Treveley ask for anything. I ain't never seen him, want donations or anything. So I believe the kid is in it for the right reasons. To see somebody attack him because he's not pushing your narrative, right? Like, horrible to see. It was absolutely horrible. Like I said, lady should be ashamed of herself today. And damn, that other side, the leaders over there on the other side, y'all need to say something to her, right? Because this is what's kind of keeping the animosity between channels going. I know there's just some channels out there that's going to be, they won't work with you at all. But for the people that are really boots on the ground and really are working hard to try to find answers, stuff like that definitely is not helping the situation whatsoever. I honestly couldn't even believe it. They ran Travely off YouTube.
Yeah, I'm getting a new phone. I have a phone that I'm using currently for the time being, but he's getting me a new phone when we get back home.
Yeah. PJ's Christmas present's
A
gonna
lot of
be,
people are asking in chat.
yeah, PJ's Christmas present's gonna be a new phone. So Dolly, glad you're doing better. Yeah, this is my first trip out since the heart attack, and it's been okay. Like, I felt a little rough the other day though, but PJ took care of me. So I thought that Trev served hot dogs at one of the Sebastian benefit vigils gatherings. Now listen, I don't know what Trev Lee done. I mean, I wasn't there for whatever he's done.
I
Like I
think that
said,
was 757 because remember he bought hot dogs for the event.
yeah,
T-Rev.
that was
There's
T-Rev.
T-Rev and there's Trevor Lee.
Yeah,
Two different people.
yeah, they're both Trev. He's Trev Time, and there's Trev Lee. Trev Lee is the kid that advocates for missing people. He's the one that was down there for Summer Wells. He's done a lot of stuff with in the beginning with Sebastian Rogers. He did a lot of stuff for Layla Santinella and what is the other girl that's in Tennessee? Holly Snap, is that it?
How her name is weird. Holland. It's like HOLLYNN or Holly Ann. I don't know. Snap.
Yeah, and then
SNAPP.
the lady's like, I'll make sure you use your credibility here and in the future. Why would you want to stop somebody that's out here trying to help missing people? I don't understand it. Like, you the only one that's allowed to help missing people?
Thank you, Capital Productions.
It gets a little weird, but
It's
listen,
very weird.
I ain't trying to start no drama with people, but let's keep it professional. We're all adults out here.
She's the one that says it's her job.
Yeah.
Act like you're at a job then, lady.
Yeah,
Goodness.
if it was a job, she'd get fired. We need to call HR. Okay, we need to call HR. That was bad. That was just a bad look. And she's acting like, everybody's gonna hate this kid because she says to hate somebody, right? What was she trying to form a hate mob against the
Pretty
young
much.
man?
That's what it seems.
Right? I think what is he? It's I've almost like watched him grow up on YouTube.
Thank you, Live Thankful.
When he first started, he was just a kid.
Yeah,
He's a grown man now.
he's definitely working up to be somebody.
Yeah, and yeah, don't yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Instead of bitching, get out there looking, get out there and look like you used to. Like that woman used to get out there and grind, like drink 5 pots of coffee and search the woods, right? Like what the hell? Okay. Now it's saggy titties and bitching. Like that ain't bringing a kid home. That ain't bringing a kid home at all. Congrats on the 60K. No, thank you guys. I couldn't be, the numbers are because of you guys supporting the cause and rocking with us.
We would be nowhere without you guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thank you guys. You the ones that need to be thanked. What did I miss? We just gave a little update of some of the things we found in the woods. We basically found where it looked like somebody younger was setting up camp in the woods. Now we can't say for positive it was Sebastian Rogers, but like I said, you can see in the thumbnail the boot, and there's some shoes, and there was like clothing and different things in those woods. So it just kind of looked like somebody was staying there.
A lot of the chat was asking how he would be able to obtain that lifestyle, like who was paying for the candies and the stuff.
I don't know. I have no clue. Unless he's shoplifting.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then again, there was takeout, like a styrofoam takeout thing there too, and you could see where somebody was sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It was like a bin, upside down bin.
Yeah, like somebody was sitting on it.
Mm.
So, and then you had the upside down, and then you had the clothes hanging in the tree. You had stuff folded up under a tree. Like somebody was definitely staying there. There was a blanket on the ground.
Yeah, we reported it to TBI.
Yeah, we reported it. But it's all when you tell them like, did you see anybody? No, but we seen where somebody was staying. Basically that could be anybody. Now, how serious are they going to take that report? I don't know. I don't work for TBI. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe he has someone helping him, or maybe it's multiple people. Maybe he ain't the only one staying out there. Maybe a group.
I mean, there's always a chance that he got catfished. A lot of people are saying he didn't walk out of the house. The reason that I believe he could have is because the mind is more powerful than you realize. And when you say words, you say things subconsciously sometimes. And when Katie explained what happened, the one thing I really believed was when she said he walked out. She said, I don't know why he walked out, but I believe she knows exactly why he walked out. But
and that she said that he was laughing and joking. I don't know why he walked out the house. So
and then
it sounds
Chris
like
said
he was
he
there
wasn't
that
even.
morning.
Chris said he wasn't even in trouble or anything.
Yeah,
so
that he ain't in trouble.
And that makes me think, like, what, did y'all punish him all of the time? Like, was he always in trouble?
Yeah, like he would be scared to come home.
Right.
That's how they made it sound, like he would be scared to come home. Like if he came home, he would be in trouble. And
Yeah,
that's
Granny's watching said, remember Seth said the homeless takes care of homeless kids.
Yeah, I mean, he did say that, but that ain't what got me thinking, that. It was more of, in the beginning, there was a woman that said they seen somebody they thought was Sebastian run into the woods.
And then there was the sighting of the kid with a bag on his head, wearing all black also.
Yeah. Yeah. So there, if we keep saying there was no confirmed sightings, but there was sightings of kids dressed in black.
Right, and all them flyers we had, I think we left those. That little paragraph on the flyer literally says he was last seen on the 26th.
Yeah.
Which is the following morning, in the area of, not inside of his house by his mother. It literally said in the area of, last seen, and that morning.
Now, if he was getting whipped, because we have heard Chris say, hey, he beat him with a belt. He hit him one time on the buttocks, and
that sounds so weird when you say that. Like,
that's just what he said.
It's a weird thing to say.
And if he was being beat and he had no access, I mean, we even heard Seth say he didn't even have access to the calculator on his phone.
That sounds ridiculous. Like, how do you block a calculator? I mean,
it's
I know
crazy
there's parental
no
control.
cameras picked him up. Yeah, I find that crazy too. I find that crazy too. But we got to keep, in this whole search thing, we keep all options open. If somebody could have dumped a body into the woods, or if there was a kid that ran off into the woods, or if there's somebody staying in the woods.
Taterbug said exactly what I said this from the very beginning, and I don't know why I pushed this theory out of my mind. But Taterbug said, "Do you remember when they said they would punish him by making him stand outside and they would lock him outside?"
I don't remember them saying that.
I don't
How did I
either.
miss that?
But I thought with what they said, I don't know why he walked out that day. To me, and I think Peter Hyatt, one of the experts that analyzes behavior and language, said that he also believed they might have punished him.
I remember her saying she woke him up and he won't there. Well, how did you wake him up? You know? And then, we just heard a interview where she said that day he was laughing and joking. She don't know why he walked out the door. It's
Yeah.
like she knows he left. It ain't like she was asleep and he walked out the house. He walked out the house, I believe now, while she was awake.
Oh, and Granny's watching said it says by his school that he was laughing
Yeah.
by his school.
Yeah.
Ah, was that the school that he liked or his new school? Because remember, he was at one school and then he had to move to another school. I don't know if there was an event that made him have to change schools, but there was the one school, the beach high school, that he
Uh-huh.
really liked.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just thinking I mean there is a possibility that that he was living in a bad environment and he wanted to get up out of there and he left. The same thing you would think if they had such a good day, like they went out to BJ's, they got the colossal popcorn, um, they went back to the house, then they went out to dinner, and then like I said, the waitresses said everything in there and looked fine and normal and no fighting or anything. Nobody looked upset. Not that drew their attention. And then he just runs away. I mean, something else had to be going on.
I think that there was something that went along and happened, because I think that when Katie says, "Oh, he said goodnight and I love you, mom," there people usually insinuate and not insinuate, they emphasize certain things of the conversation to make it look like they're a good parent, like, "Oh, he said I love you," and that's usually to make them seem like they're a great parent and that the kids love them, when in fact they probably were arguing. And then when she laughed when she said he actually went to bed, I told him to go to bed and he actually went to bed. Like, she laughed about it like there was an argument there, even in my opinion. Like, it just, I
Well,
translate
somebody
things.
said right here maybe he didn't want to go live with his dad. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like him and Seth got along good. Sounds like he had a lot of more freedom at Seth's house than he did. And he didn't run away from Seth's house, right? He ran away from Chris and Katie's house.
But do you think maybe the way that,
If he ran away, we got those ifs in there because
right,
we
we're just
honestly,
speculating.
we don't know. We're speculating right now. A lot of people do believe that there's foul play. The whole camera thing now. It's a little late to put cameras on your house now.
Yeah, but now
You
they're
know,
just watching out for people who are driving by
harassing
to
them.
harass them.
Yeah, harass them. And listen, I don't encourage anybody to harass the Proudfoots, right? Because here's the thing: if this is say you say they done it, but then in the end you're wrong. Okay. I don't think a sorry is quite good enough.
Uh-uh.
And I always tell people if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm sorry. But then I think about it, I'm like, that sorry really don't quite cut it when you don't accuse me of killing my own kid. You know what I'm saying? It's a little hard. I'm a forgiving person, but maybe they ain't so
You're
forgiving.
just a
You
forgiving
know what I'm
person.
saying? Maybe they're not so
And your mom
forgiving.
is forgiving.
So I suggest that people keep all avenues open, right? Don't get so
No,
focused.
Seth was just on the show that he did, and he was saying how he was basically made to feel like a suspect when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
interrogated him. And then on the FBI flyer, it says, like the little detail box that's checked off, it says basically under the little extra detail, PSSI, make sure you look at this section, aka he has ties to Clarksville, Tennessee. Is
But the
there like an insinuation that maybe this child ran away trying to run to his dad's house?
maybe Seth thought the same thing that if he was running away, that he would try to make it to his house.
Hmm.
But if he is out there and staying in the woods, like I'm leaning a little bit more towards that could be possible because it looks like people are living in those woods. Why
Tater
didn't he
Bug
make it?
just said something that really just, PJ, why did KP make it a point to say he was not a runner? Maybe he was. She talked about how he went to school and did that running challenge where you run and they mark the back of your shirt. And
Yeah,
he
but
was
running
so
like for exercise
wor-
ain't the same as
wor-
running away.
words really matter. Words, and that's why runner, like I don't know. I just
I
I,
mean, yeah, being a runner like track and field is a different than running away from home, right? But the thing is this: we know the kid can take care of himself.
And see, this is another thing that I really, really dislike. He slept in the garage. This is what Angela says, and I don't believe it's ever been proven. Therefore, I don't really think that we should repeat it, but I want to repeat it just to make
The
sure.
mattress in the
He
garage.
slept in the garage. There was a mattress. They threw his mattress away and got a new mattress. Angela says
Well,
there's a
according to
lot
them,
of,
they got the mattress for the other kid
yeah,
or
for the other
something
room.
for the other room. Yeah,
But it's like there's a lot of stuff like that that comes out, and it's like there was a neighbor that possibly was not actually a neighbor that was a neighbor, and it's like we have no way to validate any of
yeah.
the information.
You can't take everything on the internet as true, right?
Most of it I feel like is not, like, only 25% to me, and everything else, especially when we have conversations like this, because we're all participating. There's almost 3,000
Yeah,
people here.
yeah.
So, like, the main facts, and I feel like they were getting lost. Like the whole what actually happened. It's almost like we have to like start over and go to the very first interview and like dissect to find out what all we
Yeah,
just.
like I said, this kid could be bouncing around. That's why I encourage people there's in the Hendersonville area, check your outbuildings, check things like that.
Mhm.
Now, like I said, the place we found looked pretty fresh, like somebody had recently been staying there, but that don't mean somebody ain't jumping from one place to another. I just don't know how humanly possible, even with us finding this homeless encampment that looks like a young person's been staying at. How would he survive in the winter, right?
Mhm.
Like, how would you survive? Right? And then when I seen this stuff, I was thinking, this shit looks fresh. Like somebody's recently, been here. But how would you survive in it? I mean, right now it's fine. You could survive in this weather, right? With a good blanket or something like that, you could probably survive. But how do you survive in February? But then again, end of February, it's starting to warm up. March, April, May. So
I don't know.
possibly he could make it. I mean, it'd be a little bit of a stretch. I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I don't really know Sebastian Rogers, what he's capable of. We only know what we heard, and we do know he played chess, right? And chess is one of those games where you got to think ahead, right? You got to think ahead in the situation.
Granny's watching, so just because you all say no cameras picked him up doesn't mean that no cameras picked him up. And I talked about this with you the other night because we had an
Maybe
incident.
nobody turned him over. Or,
Right, because we had an incident at my parents' house where a girl's ex was banging down her door trying to break into her house. The girl came over to my parents asking them for their footage. My dad almost didn't give it to her because my dad's like, well, there's two sides to every story. We don't know if like she's holding
yeah,
her
but a
kid.
missing kid's a little bit different than.
I know, but there was a police report. There was police there. They didn't come over and force my dad to give the footage. He had the option to give over footage. Same thing with Karen Reed. The person across the street didn't give their footage over, and they had footage. So it's like just because you have cameras everywhere doesn't mean that you're required by law to give them
Or
over.
what if your cameras ain't recording?
Right. What if they're just right there and then? Or what if they get recorded over and by the time they realize that they needed them? Like, there could be so many different situations and scenarios that.
Like, you remember Tiff hit me up and told me to turn on the cameras.
Mhm.
You know why she told me to turn on the cameras?
There's a light.
Because the cameras control the lights.
Yeah.
So if the camera's on, the lights come on. If the cameras are off, the lights don't come on. And
Yeah.
when Tiff was coming over to feed the dog, she couldn't see because the lights weren't coming
Yeah.
on. That's because I didn't have the cameras on.
Yeah.
So maybe people had their cameras off. Like, I don't always 100% all the time have my cameras on. Like, a lot of times when I'm here, I keep them on, right? It's crazy, right? When I'm not here, sometimes I turn them off. I shouldn't tell people that, right? But I do it because they control my lights. My cameras control my lights. So if I'm not trying to burn up the power bill and just have floodlights going, sometimes I can, but mine are controlled by my phone. So say something moves, it'll still alert me, and then I can turn them on and then record. But everything ain't recorded, not on my system.
Yeah, I know.
But it is taking pictures.
Yeah, no, I know.
But everything ain't physically video
Well,
recorded.
then also police can lie also because that one footage that everybody talks about as being cars and whatever lights and I don't I, we don't know what that is. The law enforcement never said what it was. They just said they may need it at some point and they don't now. So like we can all put together things and put stuff behind it to say that the car could possibly fit in this spot here and there and it's like it's possible.
You know what though? We've been tracking through the woods for 3 days. We didn't see no snakes.
Is it too cold for snakes?
I don't know, but we didn't see none.
Huh.
Did you notice that? Did you see any snakes?
No.
I didn't see any snakes either.
Hmm. I did
So,
get pricked by every prickly
oh,
bush on
I
the
still
planet.
got thorns and
I found
cuts.
one on my sweatshirt this morning when I got up.
Yeah, the thorns are fucking bad in Tennessee. So, um, did you take pictures, Dolly? Yeah, pictures and video. We got stuff. We just got to get it uploaded because all I have with me mobile is my laptop here, and all the video that shoots is in 4K on the GoPros, and
And then even with the barefoot thing, the whole first appearance and this is what's happening,
they're
he's
saying it's too
missing,
cold for snakes.
he's barefoot, blah blah blah, and then the sheriff or the law enforcement
Said
person
that he
said
wasn't.
that he couldn't
He
verify
couldn't
whether or not he
verify he
was
was
barefoot
barefoot
or
or
not.
not. Yeah, that he wasn't going to say he was barefooted.
So the whole thing we're sitting here like harping on is that he's barefoot. There's no way he's going to survive outside barefoot. And then we get the whole, well, he may not have been barefoot.
He may not have been barefoot. Yeah, and of course we had that the witnesses in the beginning. The police went and searched but didn't find nothing. But that don't mean the witnesses didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
And if they were telling the truth, that means that boy left the house and he was alive when he left the house. If them witnesses are telling the truth, and like,
Dumpling's been here for 17 months.
thank you, Dumpling. Good to see you. So listen, for anybody in the Hendersonville area, keep your eye out, right? Because like I said, it's a possibility that maybe this kid is going in and out the woods, or he's staying in a shed somewhere. It seems like he may be a little more intelligent than we're thinking, and maybe Chris and Katie are telling the truth, but maybe not the whole truth. I think they know a little bit more.
I think they're
Something's going on.
if I had to make an educated storyline and just from what I know, I think that phone call is significant. They were fighting and it might have been something to do with Sebastian. Maybe he overheard it. Maybe he got punished for something
If
and
the
got sent
flashlight
outside.
video is real, somebody's helping
Of course. You're right.
him. What if there is somebody helping him?
Oh, Pretty Hate Machine just said the exact same thing. I think he overheard their phone conversation and left.
Maybe there could be something of that. What if somebody is helping him? Let's keep I want to keep all possibilities open,
Right, because at
right?
this point we don't know.
Because we really truly don't know,
We don't.
right? We know that what the police have said, that all the parents have been very cooperative.
hmm
Seth, Chris, Katie, they all have cooperated with the police. So there's no reason 100 to go 100% on them, right? There's things that are suspicious. Their behavior is weird. Okay. It's hard to get past that for me, but I have to keep an open mind. Well, why would I be looking for a runaway? If I don't keep my mind open, then I'm gonna be like, well, I don't want to walk in them fucking woods. They unalived them. Why would I be out there freezing and clicking through sticker bushes?
Yeah.
I got to keep something to keep hope, to keep me wanting to continue to search and sleuth and try to find the answers, talking to people. And you believe it or not, you can find a lot of information just talking to people, especially the locals down there. And then one of the locals had brought it up to me too, that there was a witness, a lady that had seen him run into the woods. Now they couldn't be positive it was him, but what other kid would be running into the woods?
They officially have all of the flyer and poster information as stating that he was
And
last seen out in that area.
we've been
That's
trying to
right.
find that video of the lady on the news that reported seeing a kid run into the woods, and we couldn't even find the video.
It's hard because there's been so many videos done on Sebastian Rogers that when you search it, you have to really know like the source. And I believe it was on a like a news
Because
interview.
she said that she didn't know he was a missing kid,
Yeah, I
and that
remember
she
that.
had seen him and he was in the wood line, and then the police went and searched that wood line, and they started blasting Eye of the Tiger into the wood line.
Seeing if they could lure him out of the woods.
Yeah, get him to come out of the woods. So the police were kind of insinuating that he was in the woods, that they were trying to get him to come out, or they
Yeah.
thought he was in the woods. Now, if they think he's in the woods, and then you go into the woods and you start finding places where people look
But my
like they're
understanding
living,
is they believed the lady because why else would they, if you have somebody saying, I seen this kid go into the woods, then of course you're going to send people into the woods to go search for this kid.
yeah, and if he's scared and he sees people coming, he's going to run,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, it's hard to say what has happened to this kid, and everybody thinks the police is so stupid. That the Sumner County Police is so stupid, like
They were saying that they were corrupt. That was the whole point of their stream the other night, I think,
that
because
they're
that
corrupt.
thumbnail had Sumner County
They
as being
spent
corrupt.
millions of dollars looking for that kid.
Several different
Horseback,
searches.
four-wheelers,
Yeah.
fixed-wing planes, helicopters,
And
right?
then
They
they
had a
went back
SWAT
and
team out there.
researched it.
They
Remember when they
searched it
Yeah.
twice, right? So I believe the police are doing the best they can, right? If there's nothing that says they did it, what can you really do? You can't make shit up on people, right? So I don't know if the police are corrupt. I think people are saying that because that lady went to jail, and
Yeah.
they feel
And
like
Seth doesn't feel like he's getting talked to.
that. Now that is effed up, right?
Well, I
Listen,
mean, if he's telling the world everything that he's getting told,
man, I
I
don't
can
care.
see
It's his
why.
kid.
I don't think he's really going there and
Now, if
forcing
they
them to
tell
talk to
him,
him.
look, we're telling you this, don't tell nobody, he shouldn't tell people. But they should be giving him updates. They shouldn't be just not talk to Seth.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
just
I
because you
agree.
don't agree with what he's doing, don't mean you shouldn't give him no information. And then you remember Chris and Katie said they were updating them all the time. They
I
were in
think they were.
constant communication
I
with them.
think they were exaggerating that also. Like,
Maybe
I think they're all
they need to treat the family
talkers.
as equals.
I
You
agree.
shouldn't give one family member information and not give it to the father.
I agree.
And me myself, I'm a father. Like if he was to tell my baby mama something and not tell me,
You'd be pissed. Yeah,
I'd be
I agree.
pissed off. I get
But you would be there in their face until they spoke to you. Like, you're not gonna sit back and allow.
JLR got dragged this morning along with Trevely, I guess. Well, that lady's angry at the world, and don't pay that much mind. That's totally unprofessional, and that's one of those things that make people look bad in the true crime. All true crime people ain't like that.
I don't
Okay,
even think that she. I wouldn't consider her true crime.
true drama.
Yeah, true
Okay,
drama.
that's true drama. That ain't true crime. Um, let's keep it legit and like on a professional level. We don't
I don't understand
we don't
how
all gotta like each other, but we ain't got a headbutt in front of the world.
Sebastian got painted as being slow almost in the beginning, but yet he was perfectly fine to go to Seth's, and he didn't get medicine when he was at Seth's house. Seth just gave him a tea or something. So, like, it was made to be as if he wasn't able to survive without his medicine. Like, he was alert, missing. Oh my God, he can't be out here because he needs medicine and he's got autism and this and that. But then we find out he's staying home by himself just fine, taking care of himself. He's, over at
Yeah, he
his
didn't
house.
need medicine at Seth's.
It was,
I mean, Seth and Katie, like Seth painted the boy out to be a normal teenage boy. Chris and Katie pointed him out to be a little slower than average, I would say.
yeah, I mean,
And could he survive on his own? I would say yes, he could because he was already doing it. He was surviving at Chris and Katie's when they were at work. He was surviving at Seth's when Seth was at work. And maybe that's why Seth really believes his son is out there somewhere because he knows his son could survive.
that's true.
You know, and,
That's very true.
and if it brings him any hope, somebody's staying in those woods. And like, I don't always agree with what everybody does, even Seth sometimes, or the people he associates with. But what I do think is he deserves answers. He deserves his son back. He deserves those things. No matter if I don't like the people he hangs with, it has nothing to do with. He deserves justice for his son. He deserves to figure out what is going on. And like I said, whoever helps bring this boy home, just the more people that are out here, boots on the ground, sleuthing for answers and trying to find the truth, um, the better, right? Like, let's continue to pray that this boy is returned home, or like I seen yesterday, let's pray that he comes home. You know what I'm saying? Would that be something else if he just walked up and knocked on the door? His birthday is the 7th,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And if he is out there, and let's just say the camp I walked up on, somebody's helping him because he had clothes that they didn't necessarily, that's the if, and that's a big if, and we can't be, there's no way to say that that was his shit, right? I can't even come up here and say nothing like that. That could be blown to anybody, but like I said, it did have things that made me think it was a young person: milk cartons,
Mm-hmm.
Monster energy drinks, clothing,
Sodas,
sodas, clothes that
jelly
would,
beans.
jelly beans, and clothes that would fit a teenage boy. So I don't know. Let's keep hope alive that Sebastian is still with us out there. I know some people think, and you're entitled to your opinions, and maybe you're right, and maybe we're wrong, or maybe we right, maybe you're wrong. Christy Ford, will there be home if he comes home? Will they be home if he comes home?
That was why everybody instantly just had red flags. Because
Yeah, yeah,
why would you leave when
yeah.
your kid is possibly going to come back to the house?
Well, I mean, it had been, they didn't leave the same day he left.
I know.
It was like what, Olivia didn't interview him till 8 days after, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So it was after that.
Okay, so they were there a couple. He had been gone a couple weeks, a few weeks before they left.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, I got down there, according to that lady, 1 month after he left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's when the Raging Cajuns. That's where everybody wrapped up the Riley Strand stuff. So when I got there, she had just left. So they were there almost a month before they packed up and left. And then here's the thing, they kind of blamed it on YouTubers and stuff like that, but really
There wasn't any
there
there at
wasn't
that
really
point.
none there at that point either. So yeah, strange behavior for sure, and so, like I said, we got to keep all options open. I'm still, sleuthing around. Did they have something to do with it? I'm still sleuthing around. Has he been dumped somewhere? I'm still sleuthing around. Is he living in the woods? Is he running around with homeless people? Does he got friends? Is somebody helping him? You know,
I mean,
you could have a teenage friend that's helping you in the woods, bringing you stuff.
mm-hmm.
That's why there's containers, candies, and things like that, and not letting you stay in their house. Or you're staying out there and sneaking in and out the window and sleeping at somebody's house. That's a way he could be surviving the winter, the cold, is he goes and stays inside, sneaks in somewhere at night, and then goes stays in the woods during the day.
Did you get these? Jolly good and love, thankful. Both gifted us membership.
Thank you. Thank you. If you got gifted a membership, make sure you thank that person. Listen, me and PJ got to get ready to go.
I was gonna say I'm getting tired. You're gonna have to drive next.
Yeah, and we're only, what, about 3 hours or so from home?
Something like that. I would have to pull the map back up. I don't remember.
Yeah, so we don't got long. And like I said, if I don't get home too late tonight, I'll start uploading some of the videos from our searches. If I'm gonna sleep a little while tomorrow. But sometime by tomorrow night, you'll start getting some of these videos. So be on the lookout for that. We want to thank everybody for their support, for liking the videos, sharing us. Keep hope alive. Keep pushing. Sebastian Wayne
I
Drake,
hope he is out there
Summer
somewhere.
Wells, all these people that are missing, right? Because if nobody gives a damn, nobody will give a damn. But if we keep talking about it, people will keep talking about it, and then that's the way we're going to get some answers.
See, these comments make me really just. Sounds like y'all have sold out to the Proudfoots. Come on, Dolly, really?
No,
You
I
don't need to be
listen.
here.
I believe some of that stuff is just as suspicious as you do,
We just sat here and said their
right?
behavior was suspicious.
Suspicious as hell. But what if it ain't, right? What if it,
You have to have an open mind. There's no
yeah,
sides here. There's no tease.
yeah,
If one side acts funky, then they're acting suspicious. We just said they acted
I've
suspicious.
seen shit act suspicious on both
Me
sides,
too.
but that's just my opinion, right? Like, so I try to keep an open mind to it. Like, listen, I'm not friend. I'm sure the Proudfoots hate me.
I'm
You
certain.
know what I'm saying? So don't think I'm defending the Proudfoots. I think
I'm
everybody,
certain of it.
I think everybody hates me because I didn't pick a side, right? I kept it neutral. I kept it about Sebastian, and that's it. I don't care about nothing else.
You gotta have an open mind.
I'm not trying to be any of these people's friends. Okay, that ain't what I.
But we're not enemies
We're
either.
not enemies either. That's what I said. I don't hate none of these people. I just ain't gonna be holding hands around a campfire with you. Whatever that sleuthing leads to, or whatever the answers are, that's what the answers are.
Princess 64 says, "Did you bag this stuff up or not? I saw you pick up something without gloves." He didn't pick up anything. He moved the shoe tag to see what
What size
size
it
it was.
was?
That's it.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up. Everything stayed in the exact same places that it was. But thank you for being able to, determine what I did by a picture. Okay, by a picture, right? So no, I didn't move. They told me not to move anything, right? And plus, if my fingerprint is on anything, that
They have
they can eliminate my
nothing on
fingerprint.
you.
Okay, so that ain't a big deal. They're looking for his fingerprints, not mine.
I mean, if he
Okay.
doesn't wear a size 11,
And
then
if he don't even wear a size 11, then it wasn't even his. But then again, you could be wearing something that's too big
yeah, that's
or
possible.
too small.
Where was the other one though? I always wonder why every time you ever see a shoe out in the wild, it's one shoe. Like people get scared out of their one shoe and just leave the other one.
How about you come back on your birthday? Now, how about you come back on your birthday?
Sebastian? You? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when we're going to be back. Everything has to be scheduled with us. We don't live in Tennessee. So from Nashville, we're over 10 hours away
He
from
wears a
there.
10, Susan says.
Yeah, well, the boot was definitely 11. Okay, I know that. That's the only reason I touched it. And I didn't really pick it up. I just looked to see what size it was. Because I knew that was going to be the first question people asked. So I could say, hey, is this something that belonged to him? And, but like I said, the shirt definitely would fit a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
right? It wouldn't fit a big guy. It had to be somebody small. Um, Television is PJ directing your train of thoughts.
Huh?
Have a take. Three Dot Dave asked that. No, me and PJ sometimes we don't
Mm-mm.
agree. There's a ton of things we don't
That's why
agree
he gets
on.
blocked often.
That's why he gets blocked off. See, you better watch what you say. Three Dot.
And
No,
it's not by me.
we don't share a brain. I'm more open minded and forgiving. PJ is like not as
You're not
forgiving.
funny. He's
So
not cute.
see, we don't share a brain. She has her
He's the
thoughts
one
on
that
things.
unblocked you.
Yeah, I unblocked you, Dave. You better watch it. She has a block
I didn't
button.
block him to begin with. I don't care that much. It's just,
Yeah, so like I said, keep an open mind, everybody. If you get so much tunnel vision
well,
that
they develop hatred for these parents that are just in this story that they've been invested in emotionally. And it's like an emotional, just fueled rage that
yeah,
they
I don't
gain.
hate Chris, I don't
It's
hate
weird.
Katie, I don't hate Seth, I don't hate any of these people. I wish everybody the best, all of them, even the what is it, the agents, investigating
Mhm.
agencies, SF investigate, whoever, just keep looking, dog, keep looking for this kid. Whoever brings him home, more power to it. I it's about justice and it's about answers. That's it. And if we get that, we got exactly what we needed. We got exactly what we're looking for. And if it happens to be one of the parents, then I'll be there to watch justice be served on them. If it's somebody else, I'll watch justice be served on them. Usually, when I get into something, I stay in it until the
We
end.
just want them to find this boy.
Yes, yeah.
That's all
Like
it's about.
when I'm picking all these stickers out my legs, it's about finding these kids, or I wouldn't be up in the woods. I got better places I can be on a freezing cold ass day than up in some woods. That's for sure. But look, you guys have been awesome. Like I said, I'll get some of these videos uploaded when I get back home, and we'll be able to do lives, take call-ins again. I miss my dog, so we gotta go. Dolly loves you. PJ sometimes loves y'all. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.